Good morning. It is Thursday and we are counting down. It is 53 days and counting until Giving Tuesday, which is taking place on December the 3rd, 2019. My name is Tamara Hunter. I am the executive director and co-founder of Chemo Buddies for Life. We believe in healing through connections within the Buddies Network. What are the Buddies? That's a good question. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit about that, including I am going to tell you a story of one of our very first volunteers. His name is Brett. We met Brett back 2 years ago. And Brett is an amazing young man. He is a cancer survivor. And met Brett locally and going to college at an event, a walk to support those that are affected by cancer. And this young man, an intern at our local radio station. When he found out what we were doing, Chemo Buddies, he's like, he was wearing that sweatshirt. He goes, I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor of childhood cancer. So I asked more questions. He decided to go ahead and film. We filmed with not only Brett, but we filmed with Brett's mother. You can find those segments on the Facebook page for Chemo Buddies for Life and on the YouTube channel. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to let you hear from Brett yourself in a few moments. He actually just recently filmed for us a segment talking about what it's like to be a part of Chemo Buddies for Life. We went, many of you know who the gentleman is in the big black hat right there. Frank Shankwitz, the founder, one of the co-founders of Make-A-Wish Foundation. And you see, it was a really big deal the day that we went to an event and Frank was there because Brett is a Make-A-Wish kid. And he had this little hat ceremony with Frank. And Frank told him, they have time alone, that what was said was that once a Make-A-Wish kid, always a Make-A-Wish kid. And I share that story because Make-A-Wish is one of the nonprofits that you know what it represents. You know that if you hear that a kid has gotten their wish, now even big kids, then you know what organization it is. Well, that's exactly what we're doing Chemo Buddies for Life. And I can say that because Frank Shankwitz has decided to join our board of advisors. And so you'll be hearing more about that at a later date. You're going to be hearing about the people that support us. But what I want you to do is to hear a little bit from one of our own, from Brett himself. So I am actually going to share a video that he did not long ago. And it is, I'm going to take myself down from here. Nope, the other way. Sorry. There we go. This is Brett's explanation of what Chemo Buddies is all about, and as far as he's concerned. So I'm going to make sure we've got the sound going. Screen share. Everything looks good. Yes. Okay. So here you go.
Hi, I'm Brett, and when I was 14 years old, I was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Over the past year, I've had the privilege of working with Tamara and volunteering to help put subtitles on videos or helping to organize the online store. One thing that I think is so great about Chemo Buddies is the community. And through that community, you truly get a lot of support. One thing that I wish I would have had when I was going through chemo is an online support system. Reason being is when you're sick, sometimes you don't feel like leaving your bed. You can't leave the hospital. So how are you going to go to a support group? And that's why this is so great. It's an online support group. And honestly, the support in this community, I haven't seen anything like it before. When I was going through chemo, I felt as if nobody understood what I was going through. Reason being is that I felt like, you say you understand, but you don't feel sick like me. Well, I'm starting to realize now as I'm older, they understood, but they understood through a different viewpoint. They understood as the family member or the friend. And that's what's so great about this, is that everybody can feel like somebody can relate to them, because this isn't just for the person going through the cancer treatments. It's for their family, their friends. It's for those who are sick. It's for everybody. It's very inclusive, and it's honestly like no other community out there. So on that note, I actually really want to say thank you to Tamara, but that's why I think Chemo Buddies is so great.
One of our own, one of our Chemo Buddies for life, Brett Laborde. You know, I want you all to understand what we're doing here. We are counting down for an event, a Give A Thon. It is our second annual. And here soon, you're going to be hearing about all the different, if you will, entertainers, comedians, musicians, artists, storytellers, and people that have good information, solid information, and stories of buddies, from the buddies, from the patient buddies, and from some of the support buddies. You're going to hear from some of our volunteers. It is going to be a really amazing event, a second annual event, and our whole goal is to raise funds. So if you have not yet signed up at our website, our landing page right now, I'm going to encourage you to do that. Go ahead, so that you know what is going on and you hear from us. I want to say hello, and appreciate the respect. You know, it's good to have people with us, and we have people from all over the world that need a buddy, and that's what we're doing. We are going global. However, it's one buddy at a time that truly matters. So if you need a buddy, we want to hear from you. We want to know that you are in need. And if you want to join us in any capacity, we want to hear from you also. It takes a community to grow anything, and that's exactly what we are. We're a community of buddies. Go to the website, and if you haven't registered your name, do. And you will receive right away a celebration journal. It's 100 pages, a little over 100 pages that you can print off. You can also use it digitally. It's a PDF, and it helps you to remember, to laugh, to have hope, and to connect with your heart. Because for us to make it, for us to build our community, for us to join together, it is taking our hearts and joining them, going forward to see that no one faces cancer alone. So will you join us? Also, we are looking for donations. So when you're there, feel free to donate. Donate now, donate often, because we are putting our donations to use. We will be making it very well known over this period of time, 53 days, what it is we're all about, who are the buddies, how can you help, how can you find a buddy, information that's valuable to understand. Like if you're hearing that you're going to go through testing, what are some good questions to ask? These are things that are important to know and not always easy to find. And that's what Chemo Buddies is all about, is building a community of buddies, by buddies, for buddies, all together, a movement that is changing the world. All right, so go out there, make it an amazing day, and have you had your daily dose of laughter yet today? If not, go out there, find it. Remember also to be kind to yourself and to others, because we all have a service hero inside of us, and we can all be there to make this experience an experience, not a definition of who we are. So if you heard 3 or 6 letters in one word, 3 words put together, you have cancer, for yourself or someone else, it doesn't have to be a defining moment. It can be an experience, a chapter in your book, and that's what we're going to help you to get through. And so then you can get on the other side and get going with your life. So Make it a great day. I'll see you tomorrow because we're counting down. Bye.